I never imagined that the person I trusted the most, my best friend, would be the very one to betray me in the worst possible way. We were inseparable for years, like brothers not by blood but by bond. We shared everything. Our dreams, our fears, secrets that no one else knew, and big plans for the future. I thought we'd be friends for life. But sometimes, the people closest to you reveal a side you never expected. A side so dark that it shatters the foundation of everything you thought was real. At first, it was just small things, little changes in his behavior that I brushed off. He started acting distant, sneaking off to answer phone calls in private, deleting messages before I could see them. I told myself, maybe he just needs space. Everyone does sometimes. But the truth was harder to ignore. Rumors began to spread around me, whispers that were far too detailed, far too personal. It was obvious that someone very close to me was leaking those secrets. Things only my best friend could have known. One day, everything came crashing down. I was at work when I overheard a group of coworkers talking badly about me. Their words were cruel, but what hit me harder was the fact that they knew things I never told anyone at work. Things about my personal life, my struggles, my fears. My heart sank as the pieces clicked together. The source was him, my best friend, the man who stood beside me through thick and thin, was behind it all. He was twisting my words, manipulating people, turning friends against me for reasons I still don't fully understand. I confronted him, desperate for answers, or at least some honesty. Instead of the friend I thought I knew, I was met with cold sneers and dismissive smirks. "You're paranoid," he said, his voice dripping with contempt. "People just don't like you. Get over it." His laugh was like a knife twisting in my chest, sharper than any betrayal. But I refused to let him destroy me. I started gathering evidence, screenshots of messages, emails, even witnesses who had overheard his lies. The deeper I dug, the more I uncovered the full extent of his sabotage. Ruined relationships, lost job opportunities, shattered trust, all stemming from his calculated efforts to isolate and break me down. There was a night I'll never forget. Alone in my cramped apartment, scrolling through endless messages and reminders of betrayal on my phone. The pain was overwhelming, but it was mixed with a growing fire of anger and determination. In that dark moment, I made a choice. I wouldn't be his victim anymore. I would fight back and tell my story. I made a video, pouring my heart out, sharing my truth with the world. The response was overwhelming. Strangers called me brave. People reached out sharing their own stories of betrayal. I realized I wasn't alone, and that gave me strength. He tried to spin his lies, gaslighting friends and family, but his facade eventually crumbled. Friends who had believed him apologized. Some even cut ties with him. It wasn't easy, but I learned to forgive, not for his sake, but for mine. Letting go of bitterness was the only way I could reclaim my life. Sometimes, the hardest goodbyes are the ones that save you. I remember one hiking trip we took together, a last attempt at reconnection. But he was distant, distracted by texts on his phone that he refused to show me. When I asked what was going on, he gave vague, evasive answers. Later, I caught a glimpse of a message he sent. "Did you tell him about last night?" My heart dropped. What secrets was he hiding? The distance between us grew, until I was left questioning whether the friend I thought I had was ever real. The breaking point came when I saw a cruel message pop up on his phone, full of lies and insults about me. I felt sick to my stomach. When I confronted him again, he just shrugged and said coldly, "People change. You're not who you used to be." Those words crushed me deeper than anything else. His betrayal didn't just break our friendship. It isolated me from everyone else. Friends disappeared. My job became more difficult, and even my girlfriend started doubting me. I felt completely broken, but in the darkest place, I found an unexpected strength. I gathered all the evidence I had, texts, witnesses, proof of everything. I shared my story openly, not to seek revenge, but to set the record straight and reclaim my truth. Slowly, the tide began to turn. People apologized. His lies were exposed. The man who once pretended to be my best friend was left alone in the wake of his own deceit. I chose forgiveness, Not because he deserved it, but because I deserved peace. Forgiveness freed me from the chains of anger and bitterness. I rebuilt my life, focused on healing, growth, and learning from the pain. I'm stronger now, wiser, and ready to face whatever comes next. This story isn't just about betrayal. It's about resilience, the power of truth, and finding yourself again after someone you trusted tries to tear you down. Sometimes, losing someone you thought was a brother is the hardest lesson, but it's also the beginning of a new chapter.